Failure. I feel that so many things. And so never be afraid to feel those failures is gonna motivate you to get to where you need to go at. I always fall with my hands down, pick myself back up and start running. So I'm not afraid to say, I took a loss on this, I took a loss on that. But then what I did, I educated myself. So it wasn't a loss, it was a lesson. So every time I feel I got better at something, even with the product. One time people talked about the tennis shoes. I said, you know what, that motivated me to get better. I got to get more quality, got to get better designers. I did all that. So I tell people all the time, trust the process. So your failure is what's going to get you to where you need to be at. So you might think that you're done or it's not happening. No, those failures are going to prepare you for that success. And I think, going through the things I went through in the early stages of my success and having to start over, don't be afraid to get back on the horse. People who lost millions, they end up being billionaires because of what they learned on that road. They didn't give up when most people say it's over. I got to stop. I'm done.
Right.
No limit over here. And I don't pray for money. I pray for wisdom. So it's all about knowledge and wisdom. Every time I'm educating myself, while other people will be giving up, it's over. But for me, I got into the product side of it. And I said, okay, I already used my celebrity status to be this. I've already done paid the way on that end on something else. And now I'm saying, you know what? What's the difference? Why these other cultures and races have so much sustainability? They plant seeds through product and pass it down from generation to generation. You had famous Amos. He had a cookie company. He's from LA. He built this big brand and he made a couple $1 million off it. He ended up selling that company. Then the guys who brought it from him ended up selling it to Nabisco for $2.6 billion just for one cookie company. And I'm saying, well, this guy did that, but he didn't do the business part of it. So imagine if we have the business part taken care of and we create more than just one product. So I said, I don't feel like no entertainer or rapper or whatever had more product than me. I can't think of one, you know what I'm saying? So think about that, imagine that. That means the more product I have, the more people I can put on, the more people I can employ, the more people I can give opportunity to, and the more people I can help chase their dreams and their goals.
Right.
And so it's not just about me, and if I put God first, then, look what I've done the first time. And I didn't have the mindset and not being afraid to say that you don't know everything.
Right.
Get experts. I put a team of experts around me at the same time to build what I'm building now, this brand.
Yeah.
And I think that's where it started from for me, like feeling, not being afraid to say that I messed up, made mistakes, and get back up and keep running. Like I said, don't be afraid to change and grow. Those hustle skills, not with you as you change your mindset and grow, but leave the negative part of that behind and take that hustle skills to do something great, something positive. And I think that's why God spared my life, and that's why he keep blessing me, because I'm not dwelling on the past. So don't be afraid to grow, leave the past behind. But if you had something positive, what I love when people say a hustler, the work ethic. Somebody just gonna grind and not gonna stop, just gonna keep going no matter what. But all the other stuff, I leave that behind because that can't go with me where I'm going at. If I wanna build a multi-billion-dollar business, you gotta leave the other stuff behind and constantly grow and build a team, because it's not just about me. When you say your hustler is only about that person. But when you grow and you evolve, you start realizing that it's no I in team. To have a great business, you need a great team, you need experts. It's not just about you. You just might be the face of the business. But your team might be what's keeping this business growing and going. So don't be afraid to recognize the value in everybody else around you. Well, for me, when you look at my life, even in the music business, I was from the South. I moved to the West Coast. So I sound country. My music didn't sound like everybody else's music. So the mindset was, oh, he's whack. So I took that whack Because I tell people no idea is a whack idea. But I took that, how do I get better? I'm not gonna let those words stereotype my mind to not go after my dreams and my goals. I'm like, I gotta get better. It's almost like a basketball player. You know, you might beat somebody, you like, oh man, this dude ain't that good. But you come back out there the next day, that dude out there early in the morning working on his game. And you like, man, this guy probably been out there all night because you done beat him. And that's how I looked at my music. I'm like, I got to put the time in and get better. I just kept going back to the studio, kept working on stuff to get better. Every time a radio station told me they didn't like my song, I kept coming back, going make a new song, getting better. So I wanted to show people that my life wasn't like a lot of the other stories that you hear in hip hop, how they just came out of nowhere. They had this talent and it was just great. That wasn't for me. I had a lot of obstacles I had to overcome. It was a challenging situation for me. And I was in an uncomfortable situation because I wasn't even in my community. I was in somebody else's community, somebody else's hood. And so I had to learn their ways. I had to learn how to make music to adapt, even a sound to a West Coast audience that I had no knowledge of. And I feel like it made me better being unique, being different. So don't be afraid to be unique and different. It might be bigger dreams and goals that'll come to you in the end. And I think that's where my success came from, because I tell people all the time, never give up. That's what No Limit is about. The company is named No Limit, and Master P, because I'm a master of what I do. And we just don't quit. Even when it looked like they closed the door, we're gonna go through a window or come through the chimney. And having that type of belief and faith and passion with what you're doing, it's gonna get you. I'm telling you, when nobody else believes and you believe, they can't stop you. And that's what my life was about. When you go back and look at No Limit, yeah, just one successful thing made you forget about all the times you failed, all the times people didn't believe in you. And now you got the whole world screaming your name. I went from selling no records to 100 million records independently, changing the game. So making those sacrifices, getting up early in the morning, losing sleep. I tell people, everybody got 24 hours, but if you have a dream that you're chasing, then you're gonna have to invest your time wisely. And you're gonna have to understand, what do you really want out of this? I knew that I wanted success out of this, and I'm gonna get it by any means. That's it. It might not happen right now, it might not happen in a year, it might not happen 2 years, it might not happen 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, but I know when I get to the top of that mountain, everybody's gonna be screaming my name. And I think when you have trust and faith in God, and people don't realize my vision was bigger than everybody else. So make sure your vision is there, because people only seen the mustard seed. I was looking at the tree. I'm looking at a big old tree. They looking at a little mustard seed, telling me, even the people that's telling me that you're not gonna make it, that's pushing me even more so. I'm like, man, they don't believe in me. I ain't mad at them, but guess what? You're not coming to the party and celebrate with me because you don't believe in me. You said it. And the haters push you. They should motivate you. They should make you just want to, like, even when I was playing basketball, when somebody said, man, you ain't that good. I'm like, okay. I remember that I'm out there working on that court, dribbling the ball, shooting, like, and the next thing you know, that person telling somebody else, man, Percy Miller, that dude is the truth. And sometimes God will take you on a destination and you think it's going one way, but it'll end up somewhere else. You just got to keep working, B. If you want something out of life, you got to put the work in. I tell you all the time, everybody got 24 hours. It's what you do with yours. Put your trust in God and hard work. You know, a lot of people, they give up before they really get to where they're going at. And I'm just one of them guys, man, there's going to be no limit. There's going to be no limit. That's all I kept saying. Never said I was poor when I lived in the ghetto. always say I'm waiting on my money, the check in the mail. Like, I'm not going to use, people don't realize the power of words. Power of words, when you say, I'm broke, I'm done, that's normally what it is, Then nobody in my family had anything. So I lived with my grandparents, while most kids complain. My grandparents had 12 kids, and that's what motivated me. I know I needed to make millions. 1 million, not gonna do it for me. I was raised with 14 kids in the house with 2 adults. That was 16 people in a 3-bedroom project. So I never had a bed till I went to college. I started thinking about the things I have. I got a roof over my head. I don't live in a mansion, but I have a roof over my head. I gotta be thankful for what I have. So, and then I put my trust in God, man. Put my trust and faith in God. I said, you know what? It gotta be something better for me. So, in that hard work, so nobody don't have to give me nothing, I'm going to work for it. Building a generational wealth. Don't give up. Like, don't let your conditions or your environment stop you from getting to your dreams and your goals. There's no limit to what you can do. You put your trust and faith in God. And if they close the door, you go through the window. Your destination is determined by the choices that you make. Don't be afraid to change if you want to be successful. Don't be afraid to cut negative friends off. Don't be afraid to cut negative family members off to get to where you need to go. To be honest, like, you got to do what it's going to take for you to be successful. And you're going to have to put the work in. It's not going to be easy, especially if you don't have nothing. Don't look for nobody to give you nothing. Go out there and get it, because most people, they think that, some people always say, man, I just need a hand up or whatever. You don't need that. You need to put your trust in God and do what you love to do. Nobody's gonna help you. To be honest with you, like, I stopped looking for people to help me when I was in a project. Like, nobody's gonna help you. You gotta get out there, even if you need to find a little job, stack your money up, save a little bit. I tell people all the time, put 10% in the job, put 90% in you, in your future. Because you have to figure out, if you're gonna be successful, you're gonna have to own some type of product. Product outweigh talent. So you could be the most talented person in the world. At the end of the day, find out something that you love to do and turn it into a brand, turn it into a product, and you will be successful.